Racing is truly a team effort, involving not just the drivers but also race marshals, engineers and mechanics who together form a racing team. However, racing games often fail to convey this collaborative spirit, instead offering a more solitary experience where you race against your own ghost or at best an AI opponent. That said, there is one notable exception: online racing. This scene has existed for decades in various forms, though I never really had the chance to experience it myself due to a combination of factors. The need to connect to overseas servers with slow internet paired with outdated hardware made online racing seem like an unreachable dream. It wasn't until recently that many of the issues were resolved, but I still hesitated to dive in, held back by stories of chaos and my own lack of confidence in my driving skills. It all started during lockdown. Being stuck at home for far too long, boredom eventually set in, prompting me to invest in the only force feedback steering wheel available in my country, the Logitech G29. Despite my initial excitement, I quickly realized that the G29 and I just didn't click. The wheel felt small and uncomfortable in my hands, and its force feedback was too light and vague for my taste. While the G29 has been a great option for thousands of drivers across the world, it just wasn't for me. It ended up gathering dust along with my ambitions of getting into sim racing, until now. Meet the Cammus C5, a direct drive steering wheel with a compact design that can be mounted to any desktop, making it perfect for someone like myself with limited space. Direct drive steering wheels are typically quite expensive, but Cammus has made this technology more accessible with their C5. If you are interested in learning more, I will include a link to their website and a discount code. By using my affiliate code Yellowbird, you will get a discount on any purchase. I will leave the appropriate link in the pinned comments of this video. I did have to find a place to test this steering wheel. When it comes to online racing, the only option on my Steam library is Assetto Corsa Competizione, so I booted it up and looked for races in the most popular tracks. My first online race took place at Spa. Sadly, I couldn't score a qualifying lap as I entered way too late into the server. While I wasn't going to start anywhere near the top, it's always nice to set a qualifying lap to measure your pace against your opponents. I am fortunate there was no contact during rolling starts, otherwise I have the feeling most of us won't even start here. All I have to do is hold my position and speed until the green flag comes, and make sure nobody crashes into me, which is easier said than done. I was fortunate nobody was behind me as I'm finally able to start pushing, until I meet Rouge. This legendary turn is hard to manage with traffic, and my caution pays off as multiple opponents go off the track. I could have gotten closer to the M4 and 296 ahead of me if I didn't slow down so much. I lifted the throttle because I thought those two will crash and I will head right into them. My slow exit out of Rouge allowed opponents with a better run to claim my position. I couldn't do much about it, so I just left them enough space to overtake me as we head into Las Camps, where I braked rather early as I had to exercise some caution with the green Huracan in front of me, along with all the traffic cars surrounding me. I am aware I lost positions, but I didn't want to risk any contact with faster cars. I am more interested in finishing the race. I know I won't last as more accidents occur throughout the first lap, like those. I noticed the 911 behind me tap one of those cars, which is nice, as I don't have to worry about the dive bombing to the Brussels, a corner where I struggle slightly as I tend to understeer, which is why I'm quite slow, but so is the Huracan ahead of me, and I exit quite close to it, giving me a chance to plan an overtake. It's hard to remain calm, but I'm aware I need to keep my distance and place my car properly to score a clean overtake. As we head into Pohun, the Huracan has a bit of a moment and understeers off the track, giving me an opportunity to pass. While my lane was rather questionable as I left the inside of the corner free, I should have a good exit, or so I expected. Another M4 saw an opportunity and he thought he could fit on the inside line. Not only he tapped me, but lost control, spun out and landed in front of me. That little incident damaged my car, which I quickly noticed once I head back into the track. It's crazy how different it feels to drive with this wheel, as my car suddenly feels more big and it's hard to place it across the track. Honestly, I have no other option than pitting in for repairs, which is a shame because it means I'll probably be last. Not that I had any chances of winning this race, but it will be nice to stay on the track. Driving a wounded car means my slow pace is amplified, but it doesn't take long before other drivers start to catch up to me, with this Ferrari 296 making contact with me. I lose control, which sends me into a wall, damaging my car even further. More time spent on the pit lane, exactly what I needed. I assumed the best choice was slowing down and let the Ferrari through, as my position was lost anyway. I kind of hesitated and caused an accident, which isn't a good look, but your brain cannot think of everything while racing. To make everything worse, I have no grip on the front wheels, so I spun out at the bus stop chicane before heading into the pit lane, where I spent over a minute in repairs. I'm still getting used to the bottom layout of the Cammus C5, so I couldn't find the pit limiter and I didn't really want to receive a penalty, so I managed to do it with my throttle input. We can say I smashed my way through the first lap, the same way you could smash the like button and help this channel to keep growing. It only takes a second and you'll make a massive difference. After spending an eternity in the pits, I'm finally free to join the other racers again, or so I thought. As I fell behind, there's absolutely nobody around me. It's a ghost town here. Being traffic is such a frustrating feeling. The only cars around you are people who aren't truly racing with you, and you're more of an annoyance than anything else. The rest of my race boils down to moving whenever a blue flag appears on my display. Despite this, I somehow managed to place on the top 10, which is insane. I climbed positions despite a 1-minute pit stop and a relatively slow pace through the track. All I have to do to complete my first online race is cross the finish line, but the bus stop chicane says no. We can say those are celebratory donuts? Sure thing, it works for me. Maybe my next race goes any better. My second race at Spa had a severe lack of opponents. We only had 10 cars in the track. I had a slow start which my opponents instantly took advantage of, surrounded by cars as we head into a rouge. Despite the smaller grid, chaos ensued as people tried to overtake each other, and of course multiple crashed out, and I landed on 7th place. I have this white McLaren in front of me which I would like to overtake, but I think his pace is slightly better than mine. But I receive a helping hand from an American hero. This Ford Mustang goes wide and forces the McLaren to slow down, and also myself, which means in the end I couldn't overtake it, but I gained another position as the Mustang falls behind. Another day, another opportunity to go wide at Puhun. By now it has become second nature to use these creative racing lines, but at least I can rejoin without worries as there's nobody around. My chase on the McLaren continues somehow as I can still see it through the track. My hopes haven't left my body yet. I am rewarded as the McLaren does go wide on the following corner, which brings me right behind it. This is possible, absolutely. The chase continues through the final corners of the track where the McLaren does pull away slightly. That is until we reach the bus stop chicane where it slides straight into the pit entry. I am not going to complain about that, I'll gladly take the position. Another racer falls victim to a rouge and I gain yet another position by doing absolutely nothing. However, I happen to be stuck in no man's land as I have no pace to catch the guys on the podium, but there's nobody behind me either. I probably won't make another overtake unless Eau Rouge claims another victim. Now I am completely alone with a position on the podium. It feels pretty good, really. I only encounter one car on my final lap. This is a slower car which isn't competing with me. However, I have no clue who's behind me, so I don't want to be stuck behind this AMG GT. It should let me through whenever it has the opportunity. Well, this guy isn't lifting and he isn't giving me any room either. I'll have to wait until I make more room to make my pass. Russell seems to provide a good opportunity for me to squeeze through the AMG as it goes slightly wide, but I'm completely misjudging my opponent here as he turns into me, crashes into me and sends me into a spin. What is wrong with you? I am ahead of you. You have to let me through. But no, of course not. Thank God I managed to recover my car and finish the race. This time I can cross the finish line, but I didn't realize I actually placed first. That's my first online victory. I somehow won that race. I have no idea how, but I'm not complaining. My stay at the spa was fun, but it was time to move into another circuit. Monza is another staple of online racing, so I managed to find races with ease. This is a circuit where my experience is rather limited, so I'm not expecting to be the best. Come on, where was I supposed to go? That's still part of the track. Honestly, I feel so slow through this track, it feels absolutely everyone can overtake me for some reason, but I still managed to set a clean qualifying lap. Traffic can be quite annoying. I know you're behind me, no need to flash your headlights at me. Does these people realize they have to qualify with traffic? Am I supposed to rain my own attempt to let you through? It's like these people are constantly threatening you with a crash, like a certain panus I encountered during my Gran Turismo 4 live streams. Obviously, my pace sent me into the back of the grid. The first lap at Monza is always nerve-wracking as the entire grid is grouped together for the first chicane. Accidents through this corner are inevitable. Your race boils down to surviving the following pileup of GT3 cars. It is quite annoying as you're gambling whether you'll be able to race or just go back to the pits and quit the race outright. Fortunately, I was able to squeeze past this time and gained a bunch of positions without a hint of damage. That felt pretty good, I won't deny it. Jumping from 21st to 10th place also feels pretty good. I was slightly shocked and I couldn't focus for the following chicane, meaning I ended up losing positions by going off track. Sadly, I can't recover them as my low speed and acceleration through straightaways means more opponents have a chance to overtake me. I have no idea what's causing it. I assume most of my opponents are running low downforce, which helps their top speed. I do feel like a sitting duck as we approach Ascari, which is always a tricky corner to manage around traffic, and it proves to be no exception as an opponent dives into me, not without some contact of course. Coming out of Ascari has me fighting with a Lexus RCF through the little straightaway before Parabolica. I lose out in top speed and I make a mistake as I start braking way too late. In order to avoid crashing into my opponent, I swerve and go straight off the track right into the barrier. Honestly, it wouldn't feel fair to take someone out because I made a mistake. While I wasn't happy with the outcome, it was better than ruining someone's race. The car is wounded though as I entered the pit lane for repairs. Honestly, after this incident, the rest of the race had me playing the role of regular ass traffic. I kind of annoyed this Lexus once again as it had to overtake me during a scatty, and I kind of got in between them and their closest opponent. Unfortunate. Also, a few laps later, I encountered a pack of cars as I started braking for the first chicane, where this 911 tries to clear me, but it's also surrounded by other cars, so sadly we make contact. Unfortunate. My first race at Monza was defined by incidents rather than my own performance, but at least I managed to finish it. Surviving turn 1 is the same as a podium in my books. Let's see if I can do any better. So, I qualified to score one slow lap until this McLaren couldn't go side by side with me. There was room for us both there. Seriously, after this incident, I went back into the pits and I managed to set a better lap before the session ended. Much better than my first lap as I qualified on the middle of the grid. Not bad for 23 drivers. It is time to play the lottery again and see if I survive the first chicane. I am surrounded by cars through the straightaway, with a 911 putting 2 wheels on the grass to overtake me. He's surely in a hurry, but things start to get more chaotic at my right, as 2 cars make contact and drag me along with them, damaging my BMW in the process. It's also hard to place myself for the chicane, and sadly I tapped the 911 which managed to overtake me. Trying to find an exit to avoid becoming a roadblock, I take the escape route and rejoin the pack in between swearing, and it takes no time before somebody crashes into me again. This car is pretty damaged, so there's no chance of being competitive. I try to leave space so everyone can get through and I can bring my car to the pits, but this Queen Huracan says otherwise. Where are you going? Where? At this point I just become a passenger as my BMW loses control. There's no point in saving this race, it's game over. Maybe this is the one. Taking the first chicane, there's enough room to avoid contact, there's nobody ahead of me, and of course I get tapped and forced into a spin the moment I start turning in. Another day at Monza, I lose a ton of positions but the car wasn't damaged, so maybe it's worth staying out. Holy, that's a pileup. I can get through this, I can't get through this. Ah no, why do you start spinning, BMW? I was doing so well. Yeah, this won't be my race either. DNF. Let's try that again. We reach the first corner, there's cars all over me, there's someone on my side, so I need to use this curb. God, I hate the curbs in this circuit. I have no control over my car and it goes straight into a 911. That was absolutely my fault. I shouldn't have used that curb. Sorry, GT3. Maybe the next one, right? So I'm quite far down the grid. I take it slowly, so I should be able to get through this and score some position. All I have to do is, of course, the pink Lambo comes after me and causes a massive pileup. If you start last, all you have to do is take this corner without incidents and you will gain positions. This is a fact. Just brake early and you'll be fine. After this incident, I decided I have seen enough and called it a day, wrapping my first experience of online racing in Assetto Corsa Competizione. All things considered, it was alright. About what I expected out of online races really. Good moments and outright chaos thrown together without a middle ground. Racing with other people is completely different than racing with an AI. It makes you realize how much you got to improve. My time has come to start getting good and I'm taking you all on this ride. But I don't think a GT3 car can fit us all, but I'll make it work, I promise. I would like to thank Cammus for providing me with this new steering wheel, which is going to become a part of the channel now. If you wish to own an efficient direct drive steering wheel which can be mounted on your desk, or a new set of pedals, you can find them at Cammus' own website. And by using my affiliate code Yellowbird, you will receive a discount on any purchase. You can find this in the pinned comment of this video. In a way, all of this has been possible thanks to you, my viewers who support this channel and allow me to keep growing. I cannot thank you all enough. With that said, it is time to thank our YouTube members, the Con family, along with the Con father of this month. The member who gifted the most memberships during the month of August is Senko GT, with a total of 20 memberships. We also thank our patrons. We thank them as follows: our amateur racers, professional racers, and world champions: Blaine Dev, See What Happens Racing UK, Sundari Kisedi, Enzo Lassinieri, Hunter Kaufman, Josh Pig, Lonnie Murray, Tyscom, Espriel, Scott Miller, and Dotside. If you want to join these wonderful people, you can do so at www.patreon.com/yellowbirdyt or following the link in the description of this video. I make videos and stream for a living, so your support is invaluable to me. I cannot thank you enough for your support and patience. With that said, I hope to see you soon, either on my next stream or video. If you haven't left a like, now is your last chance to do so, or a dislike if you got nothing else to do with your life. Take care and bye for now.